Zak Zoo and the School Hullaballoo by Justin Smith and Claire Elsom. Elsom? Zak Zoo lives at number 1 Africa Avenue. His mom and dad are away on safari, so his animal family is looking after him. Sometimes things get a little wild. On Monday morning, Zak Zoo woke up early. He jumped out of bed and went to wake his animal family. Zak's family liked to sleep in funny places. Emily slept in a wardrobe, and Pam slept in a sock drawer. Bob liked to sleep on a radiator where it was warm. "Wake up!" rolled Zak, and everyone woke up at once. Zak loved the funny breakfast that Nanny Hilda made. Today, she had cooked flamingo eggs with crispy ends. "Yum," said Zak. At Zak's house, meals were very messy and very noisy. "I have to go to school now," rolled Zak, so that everyone heard. When Zak picked up his school bag, it felt heavy. Ping was hiding inside. "Sorry, Ping," said Zak. "You can't come. Animals don't go to school." Ping crawled out of the bag. Outside, Zak climbed onto Emily's back. He gave her his bag, and they set off for school. Zak went over to Mia's house. He didn't notice that some of his animal family were following him. Zak gave Mia a lift to school. At the gates, Zak and Mia climbed down from Emily and went in to school. They didn't see Emily, Bob, and Pam going in too. Zak had a new teacher that day, and her name was Miss Natter. "Tell me something about you," she said. Zak couldn't think of anything to say. "Never mind," said Miss Natter. Just then, Tamsin crawled out of Zak's lunchbox. "It's a spider!" screamed Miss Natter. "Yes," said Zak. "I like tarantulas. That's something about me." "Hello, I'm a tarantula." Miss Natter began to teach spellings, so Zak put Tamsin on the floor. Then Petula patted in with the letter on her spikes. Miss Natter frowned, but Zak smiled. "P is for porcupine," he said, and posed. Miss Natter let Zak read his letter to the class. "Big Tree Base Camp, South America. Dear Zak, we have seen a new spotty insect. It looks like this. Actual size, 2 centimeter. Love, Mom and Dad, XXX. P.S. Is Nanny Hilda making sure you change your socks every day?" "Reading books out, please," said Miss Natter when Zak had finished it. Zak's friend Dora opened her desk to get her book out. "It's a snake!" she screamed. Everyone jumped onto their chairs. "Is that really a snake?" cried Miss Natter. "Yes," said Zak. "Pam is a python." Pam gave Zak a hug. Miss Natter was exhausted. "I must sit down," she said. But suddenly, Mia saw Bob. He was on Miss Natter's chair. "No!" said Mia. She dived to get Bob, but she got Miss Natter instead. Miss Natter's chair wobbled, and she fell on the floor. Bob flew up and down into Miss Natter's lap. "Bob!" said Zak. "What a surprise!" "Hello, Bob," said Mia. Bob gave Mia a hug. Miss Natter jumped onto her desk. As she did so, Miss Natter's desk wobbled and some test tubes fell over. Bang! There was a big puff of smoke. Fire! Fire! Screamed Miss Nutter. Bring! The fire alarm went off. Suddenly, Emily appeared at the window. She put her trunk in the sink and squirted the fire with water. Emily sprayed the whole class to make sure they were safe. Everyone was dripping wet. Miss Nutter looked at Zak. Then she looked at Emily. This is Emily. She's an elephant, said Zak. She's not just an elephant, said Miss Nutter. She's a hero. She saved us. Everyone clapped. Miss Nutter gave Emily a medal. After school, Mia came to tea. Yum, said Zak. I love roast maggots with grilled grasshopper. It's very tasty, said Mia politely. Then she gave her plate to Charlie. After tea, Mia went home and Zak sat down to do his homework. Everyone helped. The homework was to write a letter. I know what I'll write, said Zak. Dear Mom and Dad, I had a good day at school. It went with a bang. We also had some visitors. Love, Zak. P.S. Don't worry, I changed my socks last week.